welcome to Skidmore-Tynan Bobcat Field. And welcome to ST Bobcat Nation here on YouTube. And we welcome all of you, whether you're Skidmore-Tynan Bobcat, Lady Cat, our Christian Kingdom Christian Academy is who we face. And the last time we met, it was the 17-16 Bobcat win. So we're looking maybe for some more offense. See what happens. See if it shifts into a defensive battle and a pitching duel. And I think I got all the rosters. And I did get first names for Kingdom Christian Academy. Number 44, Eli will play shortstop. Number 1, CJ will play left field. Number 15, Aiden will play second base. Number 4, Will play third. Number 5, Carson, center field. Number 50, Levi, pitcher. Number 3, Pierce, catcher. Number 20, Nico on first. Number 16, Josiah on right field. And then we have the reserves. Number 33, Isaac. Number 18, Paul. And number 10 is Ethan. For Skidmore-Tynan and Coach Jailing and also Coach Solis. Number 1, Connor Santry at center field. Number 12, make that number 2, Andrew Castaneda at left field. Number 3, Mason Swinney, the one with the winning run in the 17-16 barn burner, if you will. Playing shortstop will be Mason Swinney. Number 5, Jesse Urdiales behind the plate. Number 6, Jason Chambers at second base. Number 8, Morgan Shannon on third. Number 9, Jaden Park out at right field. Number 10, Troy Rodriguez also have him at right field. So we'll find out in a little bit. Number 11, Jaden Longoria. Number 12, Ernesto De Leon. Number 21, Ty Gamble. Number 22, Brennan Torres at first, and he'll be batting fifth. So I have on the roster Orlando Lida, the DH, number 16. Coach Jailing and Coach Solis. My name is Amador Ramirez, and welcome to ST Bobcat Nation and Bobcat Baseball. March 2nd, 2026. Also got a lot of information to share with you as the game progresses. And of course, we'll have plenty of time between innings. Way deep in center field, we'll see the balls, strikes, outs, and of course, there'll be a big benefit to me. I don't know if there's a PA announcer tonight, but I did give you the lineups for Kingdom Christian Academy and also for Skidmore-Tynan. And of course, being the home team, Skidmore-Tynan takes the field. I mean, make sure that all is good. And let's see, we got Troy Rodriguez out at right field. And heading to center field is Connor Santry. And soon out at left field will be Andrew Castaneda. Bring it inside third base. I see Morgan Shannon. At shortstop, Mason Swinney on second. This is more for my benefit. Jason Chambers. Number 1, Brennan Torres out at first. Behind the plate, Jesse Urdiales. And pitching will be Jaden Park. Of course, Jaden Park was down at right field, but he's on the mound, folks. And his dad just came and proudly gave me some of his stats. Up to now, 7 for 12. With a batting average of .583. And of course, Jaden Park, Jason Chambers, and Mason Swinney all tourney at the Rockport tournament. So congratulations to Chambers, Swinney, and Park. We'll be having our first batter. Again, the Kingdom Christian Academy will be batting at the top of the first. And Eli, once again, the manager gave me just the first names. And they put 16 runs up just a few days ago, or maybe a week or so ago. But Eli will be batting. And again, facing the pitcher, again, who's batting .583 up to now, 7 for 12. And behind the plate, Jesse Urdiales. Welcome to ST Bobcat Nation, Kingdom Christian Academy, and of course our own Skidmore Skidmore-Tynan Bobcats. And we'll be repeating a lot of the lineups throughout, but and you'll see them go up there, so even someone like me won't miss anything if I have a batter right in front of me. So here we go. That one's tapped out to Coach Jailing, who throws it right back to Park. 0-1 the count. Eli at the plate for KCA, Kingdom. And this one's hit out to left field. And out there at left field for the first out. Nicely done, Andrew Castañeda. Right straight, right in the middle of my screen. Just keep it there, folks, and I don't even have to move my camera at all. And to the plate for Kingdom Christian Academy, number 1, CJ. He'll be playing left field when they hit the bottom of the first. So the first one shot pretty much straight to Andrew Castañeda. Didn't have to move much. That's the way I like him. Actually, I used to love to dive. I love diving, but strike called. Jaden Park on the mound this evening, March 2nd, 2026. CJ at the plate. Call it strike 2. So Park up 0-2 on the batter CJ. 1 out here in the top of the first. Once again, welcome to ST Bobcat Nation. That one's away up over the head. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. My name is Amador Ramirez. And there's probably going to be a little bit of wind pickup here. Got him looking. Strike 3. Down goes Frazier. Up to the plate, number 15, Aiden, who will be playing second base for Kingdom Christian Academy. So a strikeout and a fly ball out to left for the first out, strikeout for the second out. And here we are, here in the top of the first. Park, Jaden Park on the mound. Due to the islands behind the plate. Here's Aiden. Got him. Got him looking there. 0-1 the count. That one's a little high. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here at Bobcat Field in Skidmore-Tynan ISD. That's a ball down low. 2-2 the count. A little bit of wind picking up. I'm going to have to flip my hat backwards. My cap backwards. Strike. I guess I missed one of them. I thought it was 2-2. The count is 2-2 now with nobody out, nobody on. I mean, 2 outs, nobody on, I should say. And it's a full count now, so first real threat for Kingdom Christian Academy. And Jaden Park, who has a strikeout, and that one's tapped over and almost caught there by the KCA coach, but a little hot. So the count remains 3-2. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first with Jaden Park pitching with 1 strike, out, and a pop up to left for Andrew Castañeda. And he'll take his spot on first as he's walked. And to the plate, number 4 is Will, third baseman. So we got Aiden on first. And you'll get a little bit of a leadoff on first. And that one goes right up the gut, base hit. And that's going to get both runners first and second. So a single by Will up second base, got past Jaden Park. So 2 runners on here. So a 2-out rally started here. Number 5 is Carson, center fielder, and he comes to the plate and he tries to get something going here. So a quiet start for Kingdom Christian Academy, but now making some noise. Runners on first and second. You got Aiden at first on second. I call a ball on that one. A little bit different when the pitcher has to deal with two base runners. But, of course, a little consolation. There's 2 outs, so he can kind of focus on Will right now, the batter. And that's exactly what happens. Gets right through, and here comes Aiden. And runners on first and second. Kingdom Academy brings in 1 run. That's Aiden. And Levi, number 50, the pitcher this evening, to the plate with runners on first and second. So both of those last 2 hits by Carson and Will going up through second base. That one's fouled back. So getting by the pitcher, the shortstop, into center field. And that gives us a run. Gives Kingdom Christian Academy a run. So here is Levi, the pitcher. And that one goes out to center. And let's see if he's got it. And it is missed by center field. Around comes a runner for Kingdom Christian Academy. And they're going to bring 2 in. And it's going to be a little too high. And now the runner is going to advance to third. And a good stop there by Shannon. But a little damage done here on a 2-out rally for Kingdom Christian Academy. And pitcher Levi getting to third on some errors. But I think he's going to have a pinch runner. And in comes number 33 is Isaac. Isaac coming in for Levi, the pitcher. And now to the plate, number 3 is Pierce. And he's catching tonight. So right now, Kingdom Christian Academy making noise. 2 outs and to start the inning. A pop-up out to left field. And that's a pop-up, and that's going to go out of play. Couldn't quite get to it. Got to hustle a little bit more. You could have had that one. Yeah, that one had that one had a little room to get under it. Now I'm harping a little bit because speed is important. So runner on third. It's a pinch runner. Isaac in for Levi. This is Pierce at the plate. Again, all of the action started with 2 outs, in case you're just joining us. 2 balls, a strike, 2 outs. Runner on third. Courtesy runner, Isaac. In for Levi, the pitcher. 2 outs. And it's going to bring 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Again, everything happening after the second out. Pop up to left and then a strikeout, and then it's been all Kingdom Christian Academy here in the top of the first. And this is tapped out to left field. Castaneda. And he's got it for the 3rd out. So Castaneda with 2 putouts and a strikeout, but a little damage done by the Kingdom Christian Academy batters. 3 runs, top of the first, and we go to the bottom of the first. Skidmore-Tynan comes to bat. A little bit of let's call it some updates here that we have. First of all, powerlifting. Congratulations to the entire powerlifting team and Coach Duran, but specifically Elena Canales, first place, heading to state. Jackie Hudson, second place, heading to state. So congratulations, ladies, as you head on to state, representing Skidmore-Tynan powerlifting, girls powerlifting, and congratulations, Coach Duran. If you want more information, because we had others that placed, they just are not going to state, but well represented, head over to Skidmore-Tynan powerlifting. Also, I will share whatever they share, so also at ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook for all information. We have several platforms from which to follow, and please do so. Some of it is content I create. Some of it is content I share from another social media or Facebook platform. So go head on out there. So let's see who we've got here. As we mentioned, Levi, the pitcher, he had a single, a double actually, but on an error reached third. And then he had a pinch runner, courtesy runner, but they did not advance him. 3 runs do score. Mason's rather Jaden Park with 1 strikeout, and the other 2 putouts were out at left field by Andrew Castaneda in left field. But in between, 3 runs scored between the second and the third out. So batting first will be, make sure I believe it's Jason Chambers. And Udiales will be on deck to take on the pitch. And the catcher is Pierce, number 3. And again, Levi, the pitcher. And it does look like Jason Chambers, CJ Chambers, multi-talented young man. I mean, he's a great photographer. I've seen him play football, seen him play, and of course, seen him play baseball. Jason Chambers, along with Jaden Park and Mason Swinney, all tourney at the Rockport tournament. We'll talk a little bit about what's coming up also for Bobcat baseball, and that is the Taft tournament coming up later this week. It'll be again Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but great work by the 3 young men, Jason Chambers, Jaden Park, and Mason Swinney in the Rockport tournament. And again, congratulations, Elena Canales, first place, heading to state powerlifting. Jackie Hudson, second place, heading to state in powerlifting. And giving him a little more chance to warm up. A few errors there by Skidmore-Tynan down the center. Shortstop, second base, that they need to eliminate. And that could have kept all of the 3 runs off the board had they eliminated those errors. But again, it's early and trying to get the jitters out. This is non-district play. CJ Chambers comes to the plate. The southpaw, the lefty. And Bobby Brona, if you're over in, I believe it, if I'm correct, you're in West Texas. I hope you're tuning in, and this is about as good a view I'm going to get because I can't go any further to the right. That's a ball to Jason Chambers. So he'll lead us off here in the bottom of the first. As ball 2, so knowing Jason, you want to hit the ball, but you also say, hey, if you want to give me a free walk to first, I'll run the bases. You got to get base runners anyway. It's always a little more productive when you can get a multi-run home run. And that one's fouled back. Yeah, made some contact. 2-1. Again, Levi on the mound for Kingdom Christian Academy. Last time these 2 teams met, about a week ago, I think. Might have been a little bit more than that, but 17-16, Skidmore-Tynan took that one. That's high, 3-1. So now this next one, do you get the green light for Coach Jayling, or do you just take it? See if it moves the count to 3-2, or 3-1 is what it is. See if he's got a green light. If he's got a good pitch. That's high. So Jason Chambers heads to first. So now Levi has to also, kind of like earlier with Jaden Park, you got to worry about your first base runner. Here's Jesse Urdiales, the catcher. They're going to call a strike. 0-1, nobody out. 1 runner on. Jason Chambers on first. And he's hit by a pitch. So we got 2 runners on, and Jesse Urdiales will head to first and Chambers on second. So now Skidmore-Tynan, without really making any contact in the field of play, has got 2 runners on. And now the pitcher, number 9, Jaden Park. With Chambers on second, Urdiales on first. Again, coming in, as his dad Jeff was saying, 583, 7 for 12. So he's got a hot bat right now. Does Jaden Park. Here we go. And he gets hit. You can hear that thud. Bases loaded. Park goes to first. Urdiales to second. And straight ahead is Jason Chambers. And you can't ask for much more than this for Mason Swinney. Mason Swinney, shortstop today. And now they'll have a visit to the mound. But Mason Swinney, nobody out, bases loaded. Like I said, you can't ask for much more than that. And on deck will be Brennan Torres. I don't know if Richard Torres is out there listening, but shout out to Richard Torres. Good guy.
Get over here, hurry up.
Got a player coming in just now. Number 10, Ethan, has just joined the team. I guess he had a late. He may be the relief pitcher or coming in relief. I'm not sure, but Levi stays in there. Number 50. Pierce is behind the mound. Here's Mason Swinney with the bases loaded. Nobody out. And a swing and a miss. That one kind of froze him a little bit. A little bit like, ooh, I just shouldn't have gone on that one. But 0-1 the count. Bases loaded. And a strike called. 0-2. So Levi up on the batter, Swinney. 0-2. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the first. And a foul ball to the right side. Do have a pitcher warming up. Stretching and warming up. Throwing a few. Let me see if I can get that number. It looks like Pierce, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. Levi checking second base. He's got Urdiales there. Of course, right now, Jason Chambers on third. Jesse Urdiales on second. Jaden Park. And all of them really reaching. Were hit by a pitch, and then balls for Chambers. A swing and a miss. Down goes Swinney. 1 down. Here comes Brennan Torres. See if he's got a little. I got the bases loaded. Let me see if I can bring him in. And every batter's dream to get up there with the bases loaded. Of course, the ultimate would be to hit the grand slam. Outside. Ball 1 to Brennan Torres. That's ball 2. So we got purple at every base right now, including home at the batter's box, Brennan Torres. 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see if he just looks this one in. He does, 3-0. So a ball away from a run scoring, Jason Chambers on third. And I don't believe a ball has reached the field of play. get him on that. He took that one, and he said, let's see what you got. Base on balls and 2 pitches. Batters hit by 2 pitches is where we're standing right now, and a strikeout by Mason Swinney. And was tapped out to shortstop. Got it there for 2 outs. No damage done thus far. And that is the second baseman, number 15, Aiden. And now the same scenario, other than the fact that there's 2 outs now for number 8. That is third baseman, Morgan Shannon. Now Shannon wants to do something here. He said, we don't want to leave 3 on. You do not want to leave. You don't want to leave anybody on, but you certainly don't want to leave the bases loaded on. Well, there's another hit by a pitch. That's the third one. In comes Chasen Chambers for the first run. And the first goes Morgan Shannon. So 3 pitchers hit by a pitch. The other one base on balls, 2 strikeouts. And Chasen Chambers bringing in the run. We're going to have a courtesy runner, and it looks like number 11. It's going to be for Jesse Urdiales. That's Jaden Longoria on third. Jaden Park on second. Morgan Shannon on first. To the plate, Andrew Castaneda, who had 2 putouts in the top of the first out at left field. Andrew Castaneda. They got him on the first strike. So the run comes in, and the runner's on primarily due to some errors by the pitcher, Levi. But he's trying to settle down. That's way up there. And there goes Longoria. He's going to take home plate. Second run, Jaden Longoria. On a wild pitch. And to third goes Jaden Park. And to second goes Morgan Shannon. Count is 0-1, 2 outs. So once again, as I mentioned, that's Skidmore-Tynan's 2 runs have come on errant pitches. 3 batters have been hit by a pitch. 1 was base on balls, but he's also got a strikeout, and he's got a pop-up out to shortstop. And call the second strike. So now things get interesting. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Baseball, you get a hit here, you're going to get 2 runs on second and third. They're in scoring position. Let's see if Castaneda can come through on this one. Outside. 2-2. Deuces are wild. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 3-2. Kingdom Christian Academy leading by a run, and it was this high scoring the last time. Skidmore-Tynan took it 17-16. And now full count. 2 outs. The runners will go. The runners will go. And that gives second baseman Morgan Shannon a little head start. Andrew Castaneda. And a strikeout. Second one of the inning for Levi. So that is the end of 1. Kingdom Christian Academy 3, Skidmore-Tynan 2. We go to the second. Let's talk a little bit more. We talked powerlifting, and we also the accolades by Park and Chambers and Swinney. Let's move over to sporting events that are happening today, but I haven't gotten word back. And that is golf at Port Aransas, Palmilla, and also tennis in Refugio. So we'll get that information out at ST Bobcat Nation as soon as we hear anything from Coach Stowe or in golf or Coach Buckner for tennis. So that is check out ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook to get updates there. Tomorrow night, right across where you see Bobcat baseball scoreboard, right by the U.S. and the Texas flags, we'll be there tomorrow night to bring you the district opener for Lady Cat softball. We'll have Jolie Mann on the mound. So Lady Cat softball the district opener tomorrow night, March 3rd, 2026. Also tomorrow we have, and by the way, that'll be junior varsity and varsity tomorrow starting at 4:30. Also tomorrow, junior high track at George West at 4 p.m. So that's the Tuesday schedule, some softball, district opener, and track. We'll go to the remainder of the schedule in between the second inning. And to the plate, number 20 is Nico. He's playing first base. Again, 3-2. So looking at that base, we could have another 17-16 game like we had the last time. And both teams can do well to eliminate some of the errors. So Nico, first baseman, will lead off the top of the second. Strike called. On the mound is Jaden Park. And behind the plate, Jesse Urdiales. Call a ball on that one. On deck number 16 is Josiah, the right fielder. And a strike called. 1-2 the count here. Didn't dawn on me that it could get a little cool. It was hot today. Unlike when we were in Taft about a week ago, and then also in Mathis with baseball and softball. It got a little chilly, and the wind was biting a little bit, but I don't know if that's outside. 2-2 the count. To Nico, number 20, the first baseman. Again, the right fielder, Josiah, on deck. That's low. Good stop by Urdiales, but full count now. Meeting some very, very nice people from Kingdom Christian Academy. And we do have, that's a strikeout, number 2 for Jaden Park. Each pitcher with 2 strikeouts. Yeah, we get the name on the back of their jerseys. Number 16 is Josiah Bradshaw. Yes, Josiah Bradshaw. Try to get their swing and a miss. And let's see on deck. Let me see if I can get all the names. 44 is Gray. That's going to be Eli Gray. So shortstop on deck. And that one goes back to 797.
Get the ball. Wait a minute.
So up on the batter is Jaden Park, 0-2. And that one goes right back there too, and just misses a pickup. And my car. Two go back. You can go looking for baseballs back there tomorrow. Got him on looking. Strikeout number 3 for Jaden Park. 2 down here in the top of the second. Eli Gray, number 44, shortstop. That's going to go out and drop in left field. So Eli Gray with a single. Coming up, number 1, C.J. Gray, left field. C.J. Gray, left fielder. With Eli Gray on first. Throw over to first is safe in time. Good work there by Brennan Torres. Aiden Garcia on deck. So Eli Gray on first, C.J. Gray batting, and it's going to be a single, shot down shortstop, and 2 runners on and 1 out. That'll bring up number 15, Aiden Garcia, second baseman. So Gray and Gray on first and second. Aiden Garcia. Trying to read all the names. It's a little bit different to tougher to read the name on number 4. It is and this one's going out to center field. Will it drop? And it drops. Here comes Eli Gray, and C.J. Gray will stay at third, so a run scores. Third baseman Will to the plate. So a run scoring here in the make it 4-2. Top of the second. Runners on second and third. And that one goes deep to center, and it is dropped. There's an error. Here comes 2 runs, and they will score for Kingdom Christian Academy. And making it to second is Will, third baseman. Carson Hosher will come to the plate with Will on second. 2 outs. Ball down low. 2 outs, and needing to get out of this one are the Bobcats. Giving up 3 runs in the top of the first, now giving up 3 runs in the top of the second. That one's high. That's a tapper, and it's going to get right through shortstop, and now coming home. Over home, and it's got him. Got him at home. Jesse Ordiales with a nice throw. I believe that was Morgan Shannon. So that's the 3rd out. Nicely done there by the Bobcats. So we go to the top, or the bottom of the second. 3-run score, so 3 runs in the top of the first, 3 runs in the top of the second. Now Skidmore-Tynan going to the bottom of the second. 6-2, Kingdom Christian Academy. I think I left off on Tuesday. Actually, that's tomorrow. I think we covered Tuesday, and that's softball and track. No athletic events on Wednesday. Now let's move to Thursday. high school track at Kennedy. And Thursday through Saturday, our Bobcats baseball will be in Taft for the Taft tournament. On the first day, that's Thursday, the Bobcats will be playing Aransas Pass and Rockport. On Friday, the Bobcats will take on the Taft Greyhounds. And on Saturday, end the tournament with the Miller Bucks. And then Friday, we'll have softball, JV, and varsity right here. Skidmore-Tynan hosting the Refugio Lady Cats. And so by the end of the week, Skidmore-Tynan and the Lady Cats will have gone through 2 district games. Tomorrow night against Port Aransas and Friday against Refugio. And I'm not done yet. And we'll talk a little bit of Lady Cat basketball and some of the accolades. The first team, second team, honorable mention, defensive player of the year. We'll talk about that when we conclude the second inning. So y'all hang around, okay? And I do thank you all for joining ST Bobcat Nation. My name is Amador Ramirez. And we'll try to bring you as much action on the baseball and the softball side as we can. And we really wanted to cover more for you guys. And we will eventually. Anybody like what I'm doing and they're interested, please get a hold of me. And it doesn't have to be broadcast. It can be a stream. It can be, hey, I'll stream the games. All right, who we got? I don't know all of the players yet. As soon as I get a number on the back, I apologize. Still learning all the players. Troy Rodriguez, right fielder. Troy Rodriguez, leading off the bottom of the second. And as coach says, good eye. And immediately 2-0. And Troy Rodriguez, you got to get some runners, because you get some runners and like I said, then you get a power hitter up there that can put it over the fence. And strike called, 1-2. On the mound, number 50 is with 2 strikeouts, Levi. And Park has 3 strikeouts for Skidmore-Tynan. It's just those errors that are taking place out on the field that you can't be doing that. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count, nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Skidmore-Tynan hosting Kingdom Christian Academy. Got him looking. Strike 3. So Levi with 3 strikeouts. The DH, Orlando Lida, to the plate for the Bobcats. Designated hitter. And that one goes straight to Coach Jailing, and he couldn't quite get it. Josiah Bradshaw brings it back from out in, make that left field. That's C.J. Gray. They didn't update the, haven't updated the board, so I'm going to have to keep up with my own numbers here. They're having, and trying to get that third base line. is Lida. 0-2. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep it as 0-2, 1 out. The Bobcat baseball scoreboard is going a little crazy right now. It keeps changing, so. It's 0-2, 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the second. Orlando Lida at the plate. He's made good contact. And strikeout. Number 4 for Levi. And top of the order, Jason Chambers. Top of the lineup with Jason Chambers, CJ Chambers. And this one's popped out to center, and will it land? He's got it. That's 3 outs, and that's the center fielder, Carson Helsher. And we go to the third here in Skidmore-Tynan. So let's talk a little bit as we move into the third inning. And I mentioned some of the Lady Cat basketball and the accolades, the awards given out. And here they are. Of course, District 31-2A. The Defensive Player of the Year, Kagan Mormon. The Newcomer of the Year, and Kagan Mormon's a sophomore. The Newcomer of the Year, also a sophomore, Mazzy Calderon. First Team, Senior Kylie Kinney, Sophomore Samantha Shugarick, and Junior Audrey Vasquez. Honorable Mention, Sophomore Sarah Pena and Junior Solana Quintero. So congratulations to our entire Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cat basketball team making it to the area round. But we do have recipients of awards here, so all of that information laid out nicely at our ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook and also at Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cat basketball. Coach Stowe always sharing all the great news throughout the season. Now I'm just waiting to hear about the golf for the boys and the girls in Port Aransas, and also the tennis in Refuria with Coach Buckner. So we go to the top of the third. And let's see who we got. Number 50, the pitcher, with 4 strikeouts tonight thus far, and that is Levi. If I can see his name on the back of his. Oh, and this is going to go foul. Boy, he got a hold of that one. So not only is he putting some, started a little bit rough with hitting the batters. He hit 4 thus far, but he has settled down. This is to shortstop. And the throw to first, got him. To Brennan Torres from shortstop Mason Swinney. Nicely done for the Bobcats. 1 down. And a nice reach by Brennan Torres. I have a few blind spots, if you will, but not too many. I just prefer having this angle more so than I do through the fence and the chain link fence. And now to the plate. Down low. That's number 3 is Pierce, the catcher. a foul ball. So quickly, Jaden Park make that 1-1, I believe. 1-1 the count with 1 out. One's across the board and nobody on. Skidmore-Tynan trying to hold, as they didn't score in the bottom of the second, so they don't want to give up any more. Ball call, 2-1 the count, 1 out. To Pierce, the catcher, number 20, Nico, the first baseman, is on deck. And that one goes out to the left side. I think it goes beyond the cars. Still hasn't landed. Two and two the count. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Jaden Park. Nico, first baseman, to the plate. The lefty. 1-0, 2 outs. Again, in the first inning, Skidmore-Tynan had 2 outs with no runs by Kingdom Christian Academy. And they're doing the same thing here. Nobody on, and it's 2 outs. In the second inning, they got it to 1 out before they got going with the bats. Josiah Bradshaw, right fielder, is on deck should Nico get on base. Strike call. Park looking for his 5th in 3 innings. Trying to shut this one out now and keep them scoreless here in the top of the 3rd. And a swing and a miss. 2-2 and 2 outs. Nico, full count, nobody on, 2 outs. And the wind is starting to pick up, so I apologize if there's too much wind gust. And Nico will take first on a walk. And to the plate, number 16 is Josiah Bradshaw, right fielder. And this is how it started in the top of the 1st. You don't want a deja vu here in the top of the 3rd, but that's why you get 3 outs. You can have 2 out rallies. Strike called to Josiah. And if you are joining us, I know Coach had shared the link. We welcome you to ST Bobcat Nation. A swing and a miss. Nico on first. Josiah batting. Again, I got first names only from Coach, so. And a swing and a miss. And that retires the side. 1 man left on, no run score. Here in the bottom, or the top of the 3rd, we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Skidmore-Tynan coming to the plate. Guys a break. I'll repeat everything probably when we hit. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll go back and review some of our sports updates at the next break, if you will. which of course in baseball and softball is in between innings and in the middle of the innings. But again, we welcome you to ST Bobcat Nation on YouTube, Bobcats, Lady Cats, and also fans out there from Kingdom Christian Academy. My name is Amador Ramirez. I'm just out here enjoying this nice weather. It's a little bit windy. My debut for 2026 for baseball was in Taft, and it was a little chilly. And then, but not as much of a wind chill. The following night, it wasn't as cold during the day, but then when we got tonight, the wind chill kicked in and it kind of balanced it out. So it was also kind of brisk, if you will. And Skidmore-Tynan head into the bottom of the third and try to get some runs up. There's Coach Noel Solis, who'll be coaching over at first. Coach Jayling out at third. And coming up is the catcher, number 5, Jesse Urdiales. I wish there was a way to get at least the part for public address announcing the introductions of the players out on the main speaker, but we don't. So you guys online get to hear me, which you're probably thinking it would have been better being in person. So we wouldn't have to hear you and we could see the action, but I'm trying to bring it to you and I'm having fun. So Urdiales trying to get a little rally going. On deck is Jaden Park, the pitcher. Urdiales is behind the plate tonight. And this is going out, Tapper over to third. Can he outrun? Yeah, he's going to outrun it. Yeah, a little bit of a bobble at third by Will. And that allowed Urdiales to, he's got speed anyway, but it would have been close. And I think he would have made it because it was not hit that hard down the third base line. So now Jaden Park with Urdiales on first. Here's Park at the plate. Swing and a miss. Nico trying to keep Urdiales in check. Levi glancing over every so often. This is, and it's bobbled there after, and it's not going to go. An error on third, Will. So Urdiales to second, Park to first. Here comes Mason Swinney, who's trying to redeem himself from the last one, and a visit to the mound. So Urdiales on second, Park on first, and Mason Swinney coming to the plate. And he's the young man that slid home on the 17-16 win the last time these teams met. So the mound visit, and now remaining on the mound is Levi with 4 strikeouts. Park has 5 for Skidmore-Tynan. But right now it's Mason Swinney. He's got his 2 teammates on first and second with nobody out. And this is down the first, second base, and bases are loaded out to right field. They're playing. They're saying there was no cutoff. There was no cutoff man on that one, but bases loaded now for Brennan Torres. Again, the dream scenario: bases loaded. Come on, Brennan, do it for Dad and Mom and me. They're calling a strike. 0-1, nobody out. Bases loaded. Uridiales on third, Park on second, and Swinney on first. There's Brennan Torres. Time called. Levi has gotten off the gotten out of a jam before already once. So Levi back on the mound, and Brennan Torres takes his spot right back on the. We got stands that are not as sturdy. So they bounce a little bit when little kids are bouncing on them. Here we go. And quickly, Levi up 0-2 on the batter. Yeah, I'm the only one on the stands, and then two young boys start bouncing on him. They did leave. See if they visit again. Sometimes you're not here to watch the game. You're just kind of here to have some fun. Can't blame them. This is fun. Climbing stands, and so here we go. 0-2 the count. And the ball gets away, and here comes a runner from third. Uridiales. I don't think they put the numbers right on the Bobcat baseball scoreboard, but so still a good at bat for Brennan Torres right now. A good at bat. 2-2 is the count. And this one's straight up to short, and he's got it right there for the first out, shortstop. Takes me a while to find everybody. Eli Gray for the first out. Runners remain on second and third. Second base runner Mason Swinney and Jaden Park on third. Morgan Shannon to the plate. Likes to make contact. Good base runner. So we're keeping it here on the left side of the field right now, and a time called by the official out on the field, telling the umpire a word or two. So Morgan Shannon trying to drive in Jaden Park and Mason Swinney with one swing of the bat. And he reaches out for that one. That is a strike called. Again, you don't want to leave runners on. They left 3 in the first inning. You want to bring these in. That's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm not gonna rely on the scoreboard much. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I believe 1-1 with 1 out. Should be the count. A ball and a strike with 1 out. 2 runners on. And he chases that one, and 1-2 for Morgan Shannon. One and two with a 1 out. Runners in scoring position. And he hits that one. Oh, nicely done by Gray. And safe on third. Good heads up by Jaden Park to get back to third. That's the second out, but C.J. Gray on that one done a great job at short for Kingdom Christian Academy. Andrew Castaneda now with runners in scoring position. He's got an opportunity to cut this down to 1. Tapper back foul. It's all the action on the left side right now. There's nobody on first. Sweeney on second. Park on third. Andrew Castaneda at the plate with an 0-1 count, 2 outs. And that one's hit. It's going to drop, and it's going to bring in 1 run. Here comes the second one. Park and Swinney. Andrew Castaneda with a couple of runs batted in, and he comes through for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the third. Troy Rodriguez to the plate. And they needed that. Skidmore-Tynan needed Park to make it across home, and Mason Swinney as well. Here's Troy Rodriguez. And that one's hit to second, and that'll be a force out, and that'll end the third inning. We go to the fourth. 6-5. Kingdom Christian Academy. We move to the fourth. So 3 runs come in for Skidmore-Tynan. Nicely done there. A couple of RBIs there by Andrew Castaneda. We got a little crowd here tonight. I think most everybody likes to sit up against the fence line, but the caged fence. But we go to the fourth. Once again, congratulations to our powerlifting, girls powerlifting, and Coach Duran. We've had a lot place today in Edinburgh, by the way, Edinburgh, Texas, down in the valley. But first place, Elena Canales is heading to state, and second place, Jackie Hudson is heading to state. For more information on all of the standings, head over to ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook or Skidmore-Tynan Powerlifting. Coach Duran always puts up information nice and pretty, a lot better than I do. I do create my content, but when I don't have to and I can just share it, that's a lot easier, especially when it looks nicer and more professional. So thank you for Coach Duran on that. So again, congratulations. Still haven't heard anything from our Port Aransas golf tournament, both the boys and the girls. I think there were 12 represented there in the photo, as well as there were 12 represented in powerlifting, and also tennis in Refugio with Coach Buckner. Of course, the best 2 golf and tennis, and we'll come back, talk beyond powerlifting, beyond golf and tennis in just a moment. And we move to the top of the fourth. With Jaden Park on the mound. Strike called, and it looks like I believe it's number 4, Will, third baseman. As soon as they swing, I can figure out. No, it's actually 44. That's the shortstop. There's Park over to, and the ball gets past Brennan Torres. And it's going to be close, and it's safe. Good effort by Chambers. Ball gets by from Swinney to Torres, and then Torres almost gets the runner on the throw over to Chase and Chambers, but safe. And that's the busy young man tonight, number 44. That is Eli Gray, the shortstop. So right now, second base with the runner, Gray. Eli. Nobody out. So now CJ Gray, left field. Strike call. CJ out in left field. Eli on second. 1-1 the count. 1-1, nobody out. Runner on second. Ball 2-1. That was a little low and outside. And now Park wants to talk to the Islands a little bit. Time called. I don't have the stats. I keep the strikeouts, I keep the outs, I keep the balls. I don't have a fancy setup yet. Just trying to find a spot where I can call this, and unfortunately this is I could go to the right a little bit, but then I'm going to block the batter with the pole. So this was as good as I can get right now. Hopefully this will suffice. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Park with 5 strikeouts. And right to Park. He'll keep now over to first to Torres for the first out. Nicely done by Jaden Park. And over to Torres for the first out. Runner remains on second, so he gets Gray out. CJ and Eli remains on second. Park making sure that he kept the runner on second. Second baseman Aiden Garcia to the plate now for Kingdom Christian Academy. Get a little bit of a leadoff, does Eli Gray. Aiden Garcia. Good stop by Rudiales. A little low on that one. 1-0. Third baseman Will on deck. Strike call. And I apologize. I get spoiled by the scoreboard, but it's not always correct. 1 ball and 1 strike. Okay. 1-1. And heads up. Right in front of us. I had to look over that one. That was about 3 seats in front of me. Catch that one on slow-mo later. 1-2 the count. To Aiden Garcia. 1-2, 1 out, 1 runner on. Big pitch right here by Park. And he looks that one in for a ball. 2-2, 1 out. Third baseman Will is on deck. Would love to have Aiden Garcia on base. That's outside, so full count. 3-2-1. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Here in the top of the 4th. Much like the last time these two met. That's a ball. So Aiden Garcia takes first on a walk. Third baseman Will to the plate. Garcia on first. Gray. Eli on second. And Will, the third baseman, at the plate. And that one goes back. 0-1 quickly for Jaden Park. That's a foul ball. Hits up there, and let's see if he's got it. Oh, good catch. That was number 10 who came in late. That was Ethan with a nice catch back there. He might be a relief pitcher. Always good to have the glove back there. So 0-2 the count. So Park trying to squeeze one in here, trying to get his 6th strikeout. Like I said, there's never a perfect time, but there is a perfect time to get a strike right now because he's got 2 runners on. This would be a perfect time to get that strike. And there it is. Strikeout number 6 for Jaden Park. And to the plate comes number 5, Carson Hosher, center fielder. With the pitcher Levi on deck. And this is popped up to second. And dropped, and everybody's safe. Bases loaded. That was sky high. Bases loaded. Levi, the pitcher, now with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Park with 6 strikeouts. Kingdom Christian Academy with a good opportunity here to try to increase their 6-5 lead here in the top of the 4th. And that one is right at short, over to and out. Force out, and they leave the bases loaded. So good work there by the Bobcats infielders, and we will go to the bottom of the 4th, 6-5, Kingdom Christian Academy. That's a good stretch there by Chasen Chambers from Mason Swinney. Give you a perspective. I'm obviously, you're watching the game, you kind of know where I'm at. Right behind me is 797. The nice new elementary. Way back there, you can see some of the lights. There's a home crowd right there. Bobcat Stadium way over their football field, and then our softball field, and Powerhouse, Bobcat Powerhouse, the older high school, and then the new high school, and right across is the Dubose Special Events Center. And so to the bottom of the 4th, and basically the way this has gone, ladies and gentlemen, is for the 4 innings for the Kingdom Christian Academy, it's been 3-3-0-0. And for Skidmore-Tynan, it's been 2-0-3. So you get an idea on the innings, and of course, due up to bat in the bottom of the 4th. And on the mound, number 10 is Ethan. I'm not sure where Levi was repositioned. We'll soon enough find out. Might not be in there right now. Ethan was, he got here late. He said, let's get in here quick. And so he's now on the mound. I'm not sure how many pitches right now Jaden Park has, but I know Coach keeps tabs on it. It's getting a little chilly. I didn't even think about bringing my hoodie, my Bobcat hoodie or jacket. I'll be okay. course, I could. My car is within. I measured things in foot. It's a. Let's see. My car is about 2 bases away. How's that? It's about the distance of home plate to in between first and outfield at the corner. That's where my car is. So I could run over and get something if I needed to, and I might do that if it gets a little cooler. But I'm okay right now. All right. Bobcats coming up here in the bottom of the 4th. See who we got coming up right now. OJ Lita. The DH designated hitter. And over to short, and let's see if he can run this one, and he gets it in time.
Good job, Nico.
Nico at first, CJ at short, runner out. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. And top of the order for the 3rd time is Chasen Chambers. Again, a 17-16 victory the last time these teams met right here at Bobcat Field. Outside ball. CJ Chambers trying to get a little rally going here. Top of the order. 3rd time around. That's way up there. 2-0 the count to Chambers. Bobby, I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're joining us. As down low, 3-0. Kingdom Christian Academy getting 3 runs in the first 2 innings, totaling 6, and have been shut out by Jaden Park and the Bobcats in the 3rd and the 4th. That's going to be a ball, and to first base goes Jason Chambers on a wild pitch. Chambers heads up, heads on over, and he'll hopes to reside on first for just a moment and get some base hits here. Coach Solis there. Jesse Urdiales, the catcher. And that one goes to 3rd, and they're going to see if they can pull toot. And safe. Slide in there by Chambers. Safe. And Urdiales makes it to 1st. They were going to try to turn a double play, but heads up running. Took off right when he needed to Chambers. So 1st and 2nd runners. Urdiales on 1st, Chambers on 2nd. Here's Jaden Park, the pitcher who has 6 strikeouts tonight. And as mentioned, a 583 coming into the game, 583 batting average. That's going to go to 3rd, and a good stop. They're going to force a 3rd. Let's see if they get him at first base, and no. And the ball gets by, and Urdiales coming around 3rd. Urdiales over to 3rd, and he'll slide in safe. And all the way, here comes Park. Dead ball. Park's going to have to go back to 3rd. So a few errors. Good stop there by 3rd baseman, number 15. And that was Aiden Garcia. And he did the force out on 3rd, but then he threw it to 1st, and it was an errant pass to the first baseman, Nico. And then around comes Urdiales, and a couple of runs score. Chambers, Urdiales, and they're going to keep Park at third. So Skidmore-Tynan now leading 7-6. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Good base running. It all was initiated by Chambers. And then he slid in and avoided the out on second. Kingdom Christian Academy was trying to turn a double play, but now one runner on third. And I believe that is Mason Swinney. Mason Swinney trying to bring Park in from third with 2 outs. 0-1 the count. And this is going to go over to second, and the throw to first in time. And that's the way it'll end here to go into the fifth. Skidmore-Tynan with 2 runs scoring. It's 7-6. And we go to the fifth. Again, looking ahead, Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got softball right here, right over there. Port Aransas comes into town at 4:30 to take on our Lady Cats softball JV, followed by varsity action. Also, junior high track in George West at 4 o'clock. So good luck to the junior high track and field team. No sporting events on Wednesday, and we'll pick up with Thursdays in just a moment. We'll pick up on the rest of the week in a moment. We do have Mason Swinney coming in to pitch, and he'll get a few warm-up pitches. Will Mason Swinney, and Park will head, well, no, he won't. It's Jaden Park. Thought I saw Mason Swinney in there practicing a little bit or throwing a few warm-up pitches, but it'll be Jaden Park with 6 strikeouts thus far. The catcher, Pierce, will be batting to lead off the fifth. To the plate comes Pierce for Kingdom Christian Academy. And again, Jaden Park with 6 strikeouts will remain on the mound. Wind starts to pick up just a little bit. It's not the most comfortable spot where I'm at right now, and not the safest place where I'm at, but that's okay. I wanted to get on top of I wanted to go higher and get on top of the dugouts, but I don't think they'd let me. So the catcher, Pierce, leading off the fifth. Swing and a miss. So quickly, Park, well, I thought he was up on the batter. No, it's 1-1. 1-1. And a little tapper to the left side. Make that 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Park up on the batter, Pierce. That's going to be foul, but he got a hold of that one. Way out to the bullpen. Out on the left side, 1-2. That's high, 2-2. I think I see Josiah. Normally got Nico on deck. 2-2. But it looks like Josiah is on deck. And a swing and a miss by. That's strikeout number 7, according to my records. That's number. Or do I have a different number up there? That's Josiah. No, it's number 18. That's Paul coming in. Paul coming in for Rico. Which I would assume he's going to take first base. I don't know. When we get to the bottom of the 5th. So Paul will be batting. 1 out.
Here we go, guys.
Isaac will be entered the game in just a moment. So Paul batting. Isaac is on deck. They're just now entering the batting lineup. Swing and a miss by Paul. So quickly 0-2 on Paul. And he stays alive, does Paul. Park looking for his 8th strikeout. But 0-2 on Paul right now with 1 out. Nobody on. That's a tapper over to second. Chambers over to Torres for the 2nd out. And into the game and into the batting order, number 33 is Isaac. So a 4-3 put out. Second to first. Chambers to Torres. 2 outs. Top of the 5th. And here's Isaac. Everybody yelling, good eye. It was low and outside. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Again, Jaden Park with 7 strikeouts. A little high. Diales reaches to the left, and he's should be 2-2. And 2 outs. Thought it was full count, but they've got 3-1 up on the board. So Isaac could take first with a ball here. Swing and a miss. And now full count, 2 outs. There are no runners, so no one runs. But if there were, they'd be taken off on the pitch. And Isaac will take first. And number 44, the top of the lineup, busy man tonight. Eli Gray, number 44. Had quite a few putouts, and he's been on base quite often. And that's why you are on the start at the top of the lineup. Eli. With Isaac on first. Torres making sure. Keeping the runner on. No one has taken off or stolen a base, at least not on a, in the traditional sense, maybe on an. And that one goes out to center field. Actually, let's see if we've got it. And no, that was dropped. And they're going to try to keep center field out there. They could not bring it in. So now Isaac on third. You got Eli on first. And CJ at the plate. So CJ along with Eli, busy young man on the bases. So they're having some difficulties bringing in those high flies. Going to second, and no, safe. And that ball gets away. That's going to bring in one run. Well, they're not going to run. Yeah, there he goes. In comes Isaac. And from second to third goes. And a run ties it up. And just errant throws that seem routine, but they're not routine. And now they're talking about getting the runner back from third, but I think he stays put. Count is 1-1, 2 outs. Errant throws and so we're looking at the left side of the screen right now. And over to second, over to Torres for the out, and that's the way it will end. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 7-7. A run comes in for Christian Kingdom Christian Academy. Up next are the Bobcats. Brennan Torres. Will he beat it? And he'll stay right there on an errant throw. Nice throw, but couldn't quite beat the runner, Brennan Torres. I think it's 7-7. See 7-6 on the board over there, but I'm not sure. It should be 7-7. My record shows 7-7. Anyway, to the plate is Morgan Shannon. So Brennan Torres over on first. Morgan Shannon at the plate here in the bottom of the fifth. One and one the count. Torres on first. I went and got the hoodie. That's why I wasn't talking. A little warmer. It's a little chilly, so I had to put one on. A little bit inside. 2-1 the count. Morgan Shannon. I don't think the numbers are right up on the board right now. I have 7. And maybe I'm wrong. And this is going to first and sacrifice. That may have to. Yeah, a little bit of collision there. Morgan Shannon kind of. They're going to talk about this one because he was on the line, but then he kind of ran through the runner. So they're gonna discuss this one. But in the meantime, Brennan Torres over on second. Yeah, they got on the scoreboard. They only have 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth, and I've got 2. And the official score is up there, but I'm leaving this alone for now. Okay, 7-7. I thought we had 2 runs coming at the bottom of the fourth. He's out. And now Coach Jayling wants to know a little bit more. Was there room for him to run through to first if the baseline was being blocked? And he was called out. So 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Brennan Torres on second. As I said, the official score is on the board. I counted 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth, but they've got 1. So 7-6 is what we have right now with Kingdom Christian Academy leading. I feel like I got time to go find out about the score right now, but still trying to settle what's going on right now. The best I could tell you is we've got Morgan Shannon going down the first base line, and he ran into, well, it's Brendan Torres coming back to second. So who do we have on first right now? Who's over at second right now? I will have to sort this one out. I don't know. I do know Andrew Castaneda is coming to the plate with 1 out, and Brennan Torres is on second. And I may have the incorrect score up on the scoreboard, but I saw 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th for Skidmore-Tynan, and they have 1. And I will say the scoreboard has gone a little wacky a few times on some of the numbers, so we'll leave it as it is. And if it comes down to a 1-run game, I will succumb to whatever is on the official scoreboard, and we'll get it right. I'm not the official scoreboard. I'm just your broadcaster tonight. And here we go. Here's Andrew Castaneda with Torres on second. And a strike. And number 10 in their pitching is Ethan. 0-1 the count, 1 out, 1 runner on. Brennan Torres on second. Ball gets away. Torres to third. So 2-1 the count, 1 out. And here's what we'll do, guys. I'm almost sure I'm right, but I have been wrong before. If in fact, that one goes back to the main road. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Brennan Torres on third. As I mentioned, my number is up 1 for Skidmore-Tynan. Foul ball. 2-2 with 1 out. Skidmore-Tynan dugout getting crazy and wild. They're having fun. Torres on third. 2-2 the count to Castaneda. Got him looking. Second out. That is Ethan, number 10 on the mound. Troy Rodriguez to the batter's box with Brennan Torres on third. Got him. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2, 2 outs. Got a runner on. Ethan on the mound, number 10. And a good stop there by the catcher, Pierce. Otherwise, Torres starts running home. It is 1-2 the count. Troy Rodriguez striking out. But we're going to keep the score just where it is. But I'll adjust it as they score. It has 7-6. And we now go to the top of the 6th inning. The official score: Kingdom Christian Academy 7, Skidmore-Tynan 6. So I think I've waited long enough. For whatever reason, I must have thrown an extra one in. I don't know. How are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Awesome. I've been doing great. Just calling it right now. I gave a... Let me get this right there. All right. Oh, that's right. That's right. I mentioned that. Yeah, I did. Elena, that's amazing. That's amazing. She's first, going to state, and then there was Hudson, Jackie Hudson got second.
Yes.
Were you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was there for the whole thing. We actually went yesterday and got a room at Lane State because it starts at 8 o'clock. The bar's loaded.
That's awesome. So,
It was pretty good.
talking about the powerlifting for the girls, Lady Cats. That's great. Elena Canales heading to state, and also Jackie Hudson, second place. So that's cool, man. That's cool. Now they go representing individual, right?
Correct.
So as a team.
Different weight groups as well. And
Okay.
There's different classes and weight groups. Right now, Elena's in the 190 class.
Okay.
190.
Okay.
She's doing great.
That's amazing.
All the girls, everybody did good.
That's amazing, man. That's good to see, man.
Yes, sir.
But thank you for sharing that with us, man. That's awesome, man.
Pleasure to see you.
Always good to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell her congratulations.
We'll do. Yes, sir. She's over there watching the grandbabies right now.
Oh, already? All right. Maybe if I got time afterwards, I'll go congratulate her. Maybe I can interview her.
Okay.
All right? Tell her just to be ready, just in case. I don't know if Jackie's here or not.
Sorry?
Is Jackie, is she here or
I
not?
saw Jackie a while ago. I'm not sure where she went. If she's still here, I'll tell her.
Well, if I can, I'll get the first place. Sounds good. All right, I went ahead and adjusted my scoreboard, although I think I'm right. But I don't want to go against the official scoreboard, so we're at 7-6. And I lost my notes. It just flew away, which is okay. I think I know everything by memory now, so I think I had, as far as what's happening, what we've done, and all the different, given some information just a moment ago on the power lifters. Aiden Garcia leading off the top of the 6th. You can bet I'm going to go watch the... Oh, right on the head. And taking first, Jaden hitting Aiden on that one. Jaden to Aiden.
Get the ball.
So that'll put Aiden Garcia, number 15, on first. And Will to the plate. Third base. And Jaden Park on the mound. That's a foul down the third base line. I'm looking around here. Did we get a different... Might have been some changes there in the field. Throw over to first. The ball he's safe. Garcia's safe back. Ernesto de Leon now on first base. And I believe I think Brennan Torres was moved to second. is De Leon. Swing and a miss. And that is strikeout number 8 for Jaden Park. And to the plate, number 5, Carson. So we're in the top of the 6th. On deck, number 10 is Ethan, the pitcher now. But for now, Carson at the plate. And this will be going back, foul. So up 0-1 real quick, 1 out. Garcia on first. He was, I guess, hit in the head. Fortunately, you wear some nice helmets. Here's Carson at the plate. And this is hit out to left center. And it's dropped. Gets right by both. And around Garcia. He knocks off his helmet. And he's coming all the way around. And all the way to and out at third. So good effort rounding third, but out, but all the way around comes Garcia for the run. He said, "Give me back my helmet." Aiden Garcia giving him, and that was a very good hit to bring in Garcia, and that was Carson. And that's Ethan, who relieved Levi on the mound. So nobody on, 2 outs. A run has scored here in the top of the 6th. Wild pitch. You're gonna have to figure out how to get that fielding done out there in the outfield. I know they're not routine. I know it's a little tougher at night, and there's a little bit of wind blowing, but you got to make those catches. That brought in a run. 2-0. 2 outs. Nobody on. Ethan, the pitcher, at the plate. Number 3 is Pierce, the catcher, on deck. And that goes out to right field. It lands. And only a single. Thought he might get a couple off of that. That's Troy Rodriguez out on right field. And it was nicely placed by Ethan. And now Pierce, the catcher, time called. You don't want to let it get away from you, but again, at first base now is De Leon, Ernesto De Leon, and also Brennan Torres is now at second. Chambers was moved to shortstop. I believe that's Swinney at third because Shannon is not in the game. So the catcher, Pierce, to the plate. And Ethan at first. Pierce at the plate. Again, De Leon on first for the Bobcats, and Ethan, the pitcher, on first base, 2 outs. So any contact here, and Ethan will get himself put on the Rockets and take off. Over at first. Good throw by Urdiales over to De Leon. Keeping him honest there. Foul ball. So 1-1, 2 outs, 1 runner on here in the top of the 6th. 1 run has come in. And if, in fact, I did give the Bobcats an extra run, I did remove it from the board. I have to go back and watch the bottom of the foul ball. Ethan on first. There with Ernesto De Leon for the Bobcats. Here's Pierce. Good stop by Urdiales. Pierce telling Ethan, stay put. Paul is on deck. And they got him, and that'll end it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. A run comes in for Kingdom Christian Academy. 8-6. Here come the Bobcats. Yeah, I have to go back and look at the bottom of the 4th to see where my error came in. But we go to the bottom of the 6th, so see what Skidmore-Tynan can put together. So Morgan Shannon is out of the game. I'm not, maybe had to do with the incident there at first base when he was running the baseline. Felt like he was being obstructed, probably, and they met for a few minutes on that. So there's been a little bit of a realignment on the positions for Skidmore-Tynan. Fielding positions. First base is now Ernesto De Leon. Of course, we'll see them again take the field. See if Jaden Park will continue the pitching in the top of the 7th. But we're now at the bottom of the 6th. So Skidmore-Tynan would like to, let's say, put up a couple of runs. You want to put up as many runs as you can because you still got an inning to go. Last time these teams met, a few days back, week back, 17-16, Skidmore-Tynan taking the win in the bottom of the 7th. Mason Swinney sliding into first. I was informed that Elena Canales, who took first place today in Edinburgh in the powerlifting, is here, and it would be nice to interview her. Tell her about mostly how she's feeling, which is elation. If you've just taken first place and you're going to state. Baseball's a fun game. I just finished, my son and I watching Field of Dreams last night. It was always a fun time to watch a movie with my son, and it happened to be Field of Dreams, and it's one of my favorites. A favorite baseball movie. I have my favorite football movie is Remember the Titans, and I guess my favorite basketball one is the Glory Road team from West Texas that went on to win a championship. Let's see if Skidmore-Tynan can get a little rally going here. See if got Ethan on the mound. Pierce behind the plate. Orlando Lida will lead off the bottom of the 6th for Skidmore-Tynan. O.J. Lida. everybody take a hit. Take one for the team is what they're yelling out. So Lodi at the plate, bottom of the sixth. Skidmore-Tynan trailing 8-6. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the sixth. Three 3-0 the count. So Lodi trying to, like any player, let's see if he just looks this one in. Just takes the pitch here. And it's ball 4. Lodi will go to first. Top of the lineup, Jason Chambers. Difference is he's got someone on right now. And that's Lodi. Making a pun there. Lodi with the leadoff hitter. That's ball 1. Again, Ethan on the mound. He relieved Levi, who put up 4 strikeouts. Jaden Park at 8 right now. That's high. 2-0. Of course, Skidmore-Tynan would like to take the lead and then go into the top of the 7th and 3 up, 3 down, and you don't need the bottom of the 7th then, but that's a ball 3. 3-0 the count. And I'm sure he's going to be taking this pitch right here, because that would put Lodi on second and Chambers on first. See what he does here. Unless it's a perfect pitch. Nope. Down in the ground. That's ball 4. Lodi will go to second. And to first base goes Jason Chambers, CJ. And I think there'll be a visit to the mound. Yeah, they're going to bring a new pitcher in. He's coming in, I think, from first base. I could be wrong. He was pointing in that direction, but so Ethan has done a good job there, relieving Levi, and now in the pitch. I think it's the first baseman. Nope, it's not. We'll get it sorted out eventually. We'll find that number in just a little bit. He's going to get he'll get a chance to warm up here with our runners, Orlando Lodi on second and Jason Chambers on first there with Coach Solis. Skidmore-Tynan with an opportunity to try to go ahead here. You've got O.J. Lodi over there with Coach Jailing. Chambers on first. Lodi on second. That looks like number 5. Oh, the center fielder came in. That's Carson. Carson will be pitching. So we've seen Levi, Ethan, and now Carson on the mound. And they managed to keep Skidmore-Tynan down to 6 runs. What I originally had a 7. But I will go look at the bottom of the 4th to see my mess up. It was really only 1 run, but I counted 2, and I thought, oh well, I'll go look at it later. Only reason I'm questioning it a little bit is because I am seeing that scoreboard has fluctuated a little bit on the top row, but the score hasn't, so I assume that it is correct. So Carson pitching. Again, congratulations to Elena Canales and Jackie Hudson. Elena with first place, going to state. Jackie with second place, going to state. Also, all of the awards going out to our Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats basketball. The Defensive Player of the Year, Kagan Moorman. The Newcomer of the Year was Mazzy Calderon. We had first team Samantha Shoe-Garrick. We had Kylie Kinney and Andre Vasquez, and we had a few honorable mentions. I believe that was Solana Quintero and Sarah Pena. My paper flew away. So, swing and a miss for Urdiales. Again, OJ Lita on second, Jason Chambers on first. So, great work by our Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats basketball and making it to the area round, and then our powerlifting. And that's it out to left center and out there and taken there. And nicely done in center field. Good fielding by Kingdom Christian Academy. Jaden Part with two runners on. And those runners, Lida on second, Chambers on first. One swing, Skidmore-Tynan would take the lead right here. See what Part does here. Ball, 1-0. That's nice. His teammates full of love. Let him hit you in the head. Should be 1-0 now, not one ball. And this is out to right. It's going to be a little trouble. And taken there. Oh, and he dropped it. You're going to have to go. And I don't know if that was a fielder's choice. Well, we got runners on first. There's going to be a little bit of a talk here because the infield rule, everyone's out. I think Coach Jailing and Coach Solis want a little explanation on this one. But the inning is over. We go to the seventh. Yeah, they want to try to get an explanation there, but so we go to the top of the seventh here at Skidmore-Tynan with Kingdom Christian Academy up 8-6. So trying to pad a little bit onto the lead, and then Skidmore-Tynan has their work cut out in the bottom of the seventh. So you got a pitching change here, and that does look like Mason Swinney. I think I prefer I don't know. As far as the illumination, I like daytime baseball. But as far as the weather, the night cool is probably better. Vision-wise, it's kind of nice to see it a little bit better in the daylight. But Mason Swinney will be pitching. And Coach Jailing said same batting order. 33 as soon as we get started here. It'll be Isaac, followed by Paul. So Skidmore-Tynan again needing to shut out the batters here, would not give up any runs so they can have a shot at it in the bottom of the seventh to try to do what they did the last time these two teams met. Although it's not over yet, but fewer runs have been scored here than in the last one. 17-16 was the score last week. So the new pitcher, Mason Swinney. Well, we did powerlifting. Congratulations to the state qualifiers and the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats basketball and all the first team districts, second team, honorable mention, defensive player of the year, the newcomer of the year. We talked about all our wonderful Lady Cats. As far as the athletic events tomorrow night, we've got junior high track, but we also have right here at our Lady Cat softball field, Port Aransas comes into town. We have JV and varsity action. Be a little more daylight, which I kind of like, except for the weather, except for the temperature. Coach Duran just sent me a photo, but I can't look at it right now, unfortunately, but I know it's a photo. And I'm sure she's elated, excited about state qualifiers and all of the participants today in Edinburgh. Mason Swinney, and it'll be number 18, Paul, actually. Number 33 on deck is Isaac. So Paul, followed by Isaac for Kingdom Christian Academy. Young team. I know our catcher Jesse Urdiales is a senior. I'm looking down the list. I mean, I should know. You got Connor Santry, who is a freshman. Castaneda, a sophomore. Mason Swinney, a sophomore. Jason Chambers, I believe a junior. I could be wrong. Again, I don't have them in front of me. Morgan Shannon, a junior. Jaden Park, a freshman. Troy Rodriguez, underclassman. Jaden Longoria is a junior. And some of the others I am not quite familiar with, but I know that all are, other than Jesse Urdiales, I believe, are juniors or under. And a lot of sophomores and several freshmen. Which bodes well for the future of Bobcat baseball. So here is Paul with Isaac on deck for Kingdom Christian Academy. And that is Swinney smoking right past him. Timeout. And he's got a question about number 18, Paul. And they may be an automatic out. Coach keeping tabs on all of the substitutions by both teams. Coach Jailing questioning, and now he's going to go talk to the KCA, Kingdom Christian Academy manager, coach, guess maybe an out, an automatic out. So 1 out. Coach Jay. Coach is saying 18 hit for 20, and he re-entered, and he can't do that. So Paul is out, 1 down. So now number 33, Isaac, will be batting. And the umpire explaining to the Kingdom Christian Academy and Coach Jailing adamant and confident that that's 1 out. And they already put it on the board. And the KCA coach said, I'm good with it. I don't think he's arguing the point. Now it's just convincing the umpire and the official. And that would be 1 out. The board shows 1 out already, but again, still got an uphill battle here for the Bobcats as they've got to, first of all, hold here in the top of the 7th, hold the KCA. Got a little bit of a kind of a good turnout for Kingdom Christian Academy. I have a little bit of an obstruction from the home crowd, our Bobcat fans over there, but there they are. Coach still trying to convince them that that was an illegal substitution, and I believe the Kingdom Christian Academy coaches were okay with them. I heard them say, I'm good with it. And that means Isaac won't be able to. I'm not sure. So Josiah will be batting. I think if I just listen, I can get all their names down. But Josiah will be batting. He's number 16. Who was at right field, and now you don't want to get too cold out there or too. Josiah will be batting then second here in the top of the 7th, as Paul was immediately called out based on the rules and regulations brought forward by Coach Jailing, and they're still talking. So just hang out with me, folks. This isn't over. Might be a deja vu from the last one that I missed. It was one of those nights I could have been here. I was just running a little bit late. Still trying to bounce back from the basketball season. We had been in, I believe it was when we were over in Hondo, where we went to area against our Lady Cats basketball, went up against Mason Cowgirls, who are playing tonight, and I don't know if anybody who has my cell number knows the outcome of that one. I would like to know how that one's going. And of course, in our area as well, here in B County, we certainly wish our tomorrow night the Trojans will be in the region semifinal. Got past by district, got past area, the regional semifinals. So the best to our B County friends from Beeville. That's where I worked most of my life, Beeville, Texas. I'm not sure why they're taking so long, but Coach pretty much was stating everything that needed to be addressed, and they're still haven't And as I mentioned, the Kingdom Christian Academy coaches were cool with it. Josiah will be batting.
Okay. Yeah. So, but doesn't he compete out of the game? Paul was current.
All right, one down. So Josiah with one down, top of the seventh, and football. Baseball can last a while, and when you bring in discussions, it takes even longer. And now the umpire is heading over to try to explain what needs to be addressed. But really, you just need to make sure it's correct on the scoreboard, which it is. And I was corrected already by the bottom of the fourth. I had 2 runs and they have 1, which means I'm going to go watch the bottom of the fourth later tonight to see where I messed up. But here we go. Well, we can't get started until the umpire goes back. But Swinney will be pitching to Josiah. Nobody on, 1 out, as Paul was sent to the dugout due to a substitution infraction. Had to use that word at one point, infraction. So Josiah will be batting, and I keep calling him the busy man, and quite the athlete, number 44, Eli, will be on deck. And what Skidmore-Tynan wants to do, and Mason Swinney, is to get both of them out. That's a strike. Goes back to right side. So quickly 0-2. Swinney up on Josiah. With Eli Gray on deck. Good eye, meaning that's a ball. 1-2, 1 out. Mason Swinney in relief of Jaden Park, who ended with 8 strikeouts according to my records. Got him looking. 2 down. Eli, the shortstop, who's had quite a few putouts tonight. Top of the order. So, ball outside. Regardless of the outcome of this top of the 7th, Skidmore-Tynan will have an opportunity at the bottom of the 7th to tie or win. But you certainly don't want to get further behind. And that's hit out to right field. And dropped. Good effort by Brennan Torres, but was not able to get that. So Eli on first. CJ now to the plate with Eli over on first with Ernesto De Leon, making sure he stays put. But Kingdom Christian Academy would love to pad a little bit on this lead before Skidmore-Tynan comes to the plate, because they are able to put up some runs, are the Bobcats. And I got an email from Coach Gonzalez. Game's at 4:30 tomorrow, but we're going to be working on some videos for the Bobcats and also the Lady Cats. Bobcats baseball and Lady Cats softball. So just so everybody can get to know the teams. It's kind of cool having them introduce themselves and answer some random questions. There goes Eli over to second and safe. So Eli gets in scoring position. And now CJ trying to drive him in. Changing the bats is CJ. It's probably a little intimidation factor. Like, I got a bat for a home run shot. It would be crazy if that happened. This is my home run bat. They hit a 2-run shot to left center right here. So 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Twos are wild here. A 2-run lead. And Eli on second, CJ on at the plate. 2-2, 2 outs. Well, the good thing about that one is by it becoming a full count, that is going to give Eli the head start. So he'll take off. You're going to see Eli come into the picture here as soon as Swinney is in a windup. You'll see him coming in right around here because he's got a little head start. Here he comes. Got him looking. Strikeout. And Skidmore-Tynan will go to the bottom of the 7th, down by 2. 2 to tie, 3 to win here at Bobcat Field. Thank you for joining us. So the Lady Cat softball, just getting an email there from Coach Gonzalez, is here at home on tomorrow, Tuesday, against Port Aransas. It's JV and varsity action. And also Friday, right here at 4:30, JV and varsity against Refugio. So looking to try to get an early, obviously your goal, get a 2-0 record in the first week, and you'll get a chance to watch online or come in person Jolie Mann, who's signed and committed to Texas A&M Kingsville, the Javelinas. And you want to come watch some pretty good pitching. She'll be back on the mound. So it comes down to the bottom of the 7th. It's always fun at the bottom of the 7th. You're down by 2. Every player has that fantasy that get 2 runners on and hit a home run and end it. Let's see who's coming up. Sometimes you get the on deck and the batter, and it does look like the batter is Mason Swinney. Mason Swinney will be coming up, and Brennan Torres will be on deck. So Skidmore-Tynan does need some base runners. Either that or 3 back-to-back home runs. I think they're still talking about I like the way the coaches talk. Well, I just got a little bit from our president, Kyler Wilson. Boys 2nd overall, and I can't go back to it. I have to read it real fast. So, Skidmore-Tynan Athletic Booster Club president, Kyler Wilson, you had put it on there. I read second. Boys were 2nd place overall at the Port Aransas Palmilla tournament, golf tournament. So here we go, bottom of the 7th, down by 2. Mason Swinney trying to get something going. Brennan Torres on deck. And that's over to first, and that is an easy, well, that's about as easy as you can get. Out to first base, and number 20, Nico on the putout. Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that. We've had
Back up your picture, boys.
you've had Levi, you had Isaac, and now I believe that's Carson pitching. Brennan Torres now on a swing and a miss. Three-way tie for first with a plus 165. Oh, a lot of good stuff there from Kyler Wilson at the Skidmore-Tynan golf today. Ooh, that one was close. 1-1, 1 out. So Kingdom Christian Academy 2 outs away from a victory here, trying to redeem themselves from the 17-16 loss to the Bobcats just a while back. Well, I thought I saw a strike in there, but it shows 2-0 on the board with 1 out. High and 3-0 the count. So now Brennan Torres trying to get on base. He may look this one in. And Nico. No, that's not Nico. That's Aiden talking to Carson some. 3-0. I thought there was a strike up there, but I only see 3-0. I think I had some people on the right side asking the same question. And it's ball 4. So that will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of number 12, Ernesto De Leon. Torres on second, De Leon to the plate for the Bobcats. De Leon representing the tying run. That's low. And on deck, I think that's Andrew Castaneda. It's getting dark in here. I can't see everybody. Yeah, Castaneda on deck. Swing and a miss by De Leon. So ones are wild up on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. That's high. 2-1. Ernesto De Leon with Torres, Brennan Torres on first. Outside, 3-1. Starting to get to that time where people are getting frustrated with the calls, but because it's getting down to crunch time. De Leon at the plate. And he swings. So now full count, 1 out, 1 runner on for Ernesto De Leon. Coach saying that run does not mean anything on first, which is true. You can let that one go. You got to get this one out and the next one out. Got him looking. 2 down. Carson with good work on the mound. Here is Andrew Castaneda. Again, representing the tying run. Coming alive here when he needs to right now. He's smoking them in there toward the end. That's high. 1-1. 2 outs. We're down to the last. Time called. Strike called. Down to 1 strike. But that's baseball. You can be down to 1 strike and still have a shot at this. But Carson up 0-2, so he's got a little bit of wiggle room here. And they got him. And that'll end it. 8-6 here. From Bobcat Field, Kingdom Christian Academy 8, Skidmore-Tynan 6. Let's get the congratulations here. Here, folks. We'll be on ST Lady Cat Nation tomorrow night with ST Lady Cat softball, JV and varsity at 4:30. Our Bobcats will be back in action for the TAP tournament Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thanks for joining me. This is Amador Ramirez, and have yourself a good night and God bless. Hey, you. Oh, be careful. We still need you in the state championship. Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back.